Namaskaram, good evening. Let's start today's session. So day one में हमने discuss किया था basics about income tax. Today we are primarily going to focus on income tax rates, then how to compute tax amount given in a given situation where you are having a total income. In income tax, computation of tax is not a complicated chapter. Computation of total income takes a lot of time and lot of knowledge is required to compute a total income. But tax computation is very easy. Once you have a total income in your hand, computation of tax is not that difficult. You should know only tax rates. And we have initiated two types of tax rates. You are aware of those two types of tax rates. There are normal rate of tax and special rate of tax. So let's look at that. Format also we have discussed yesterday. Tax rates. Initially, we have discussed normal rate of tax. Now we are going forward and we are taking our discussion to the next level. Okay. There are two special sections which is pronounced by government for company in last year. Okay. During the COVID period, government said a company in India should be encouraged for manufacturing new companies. So what they have done, this is not an amendment for current year, it is already there since last 2 years, but you should know that government have announced 115 BAB and 115 BAA. These are the two major sections which are given for a company assessee. Already I have told you what is the tax rates of the company. A tax rates for the company normally for foreign company it is 40%, for Indian company it is 30%. But if the company is having turnover less than 400 crore in the financial year 18-19, the tax rate becomes 25%. But please understand, my dear friends, we are having alternative tax regime. It is called as ATR, alternative tax regime, where a company may choose to go for alternative tax system and not a regular tax system. What is the benefit of that? There are a lot of benefit, but there has to be some compromises as well. So benefit and compromises we will discuss when we start the assessment of the company, but just wanted to give you a brief idea about the two important sections which are alternatively declared for the company assessee. For general domestic company, this section is not for foreign company, it is only for domestic company. For general domestic company, company might be a 100-year-old company, 10-year-old company, 20-year-old company, manufacturing company, service company, trading company. For any type of company, the general rate of tax is 22% plus mandatory 10% surcharge plus mandatory 4% cess is equal to. So 22 plus 10% plus 4% if you do on calci. Sorry. Check 22% plus 10%, that becomes 24.2% plus 4%, that should become 25.168%. Everybody, please confirm if you are getting this particular number. 22 plus 10% plus 4%. This is what you are supposed to do. Yeah, 25.168% is the tax rate for ordinary companies. For normal companies, if they go for alternative tax system. Now, if company is incorporated during this particular period from 1st October 2019 to 31st March 2023, 1st October 2019 to 31st March 2023 is a time when we have to bring Make in India concept into practical execution level. Due to COVID, every plan, not of you and not only of me, government plans, industries plan, everybody's plan is affected. But given a choice, our government of India is having a target of 5 trillion economy by end of 2024, which cannot be achieved without having manufacturing segment established in India. We have to establish manufacturing segment in India. There is no other way of developing India. We cannot develop service sector continuously and become dependent on manufacturing sector or foreign countries. We have to become self-reliant, and therefore a government have announced a policy of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Atmanirbhar Bharat or Make in India concept or Digital India concept or Skill India concept, all these policies bringing together, and then tax concession, this section 115 BAB actually making India a tax haven. Okay, why I'm saying a tax haven, please understand, it is making India a tax haven. Okay, why they call a tax haven? Because 15% is the lowest tax rate for a corporate associate in a developing nation. If you compare any developing country, 15% is the lowest possible tax rate that we can offer. We say 15%, but actually in reality, it is not 15%. 15% plus mandatory 10% surcharge plus mandatory 4% says. So it becomes, please compute 15 plus 10% plus 4%. It actually becomes 17.16%. But don't you think even 17.16%, even though it is 17.16%, still it is the lowest possible rate for the corporate assessee. Even if your income is 100 crore and 1000 crore, we don't mind. This is the standard and the fixed rate. Fixed rate. Bumper offer for company. 17.16% is the fixed rate. Do you agree that India has become really a tax haven for a manufacturing segment? Please understand. Please agree to this. Do you understand now that India has become for manufacturing segment alone, India has become tax haven. We are no more tax sucking nation if you comply with certain conditions and if you give up certain exemption. Obviously, we are having some, this is not unconditional. This is conditional conditions I will be teaching you in company assessment. Just wanted to tell you that there are two alternative sections which is announced for the company assessee. 115 BAA, 22% plus 10% plus 4%, which becomes 25.16%. And for manufacturing segment, which is incorporated between 2019 to 2023, this is the target area where we are having a 5 trillion economy dream. So we are offering them a lowest possible tax rate, 15% plus 10% surcharge plus 4% sales, effectively 17.16%. Not only for corporate assessee, but also for cooperative society. The rulership, see, company and all is for urban cities like Mumbai, Pune, maybe Chennai, Delhi, main cities. They are focused on corporate assessee. A rural segment of the India, they always incorporate cooperative societies. Okay, for cooperative societies also we are having now alternative tax regime, because for cooperative societies you can see the tax rates are very stringent. After 20,000 only it is 30%. Majority cooperative society must be paying tax at the rate of 30%. So we have brought an alternative tax system for a cooperative society. 22% is the tax rate. Again, we will discuss more about this when we go into 115 BAD. Now I wanted to focus more on 115 BAC. So we have in alternative tax regime, we are having 4 new sections in India. 115 BAA. This is 22% tax rate. This is applicable for company. 115 BAB. This is also for company, 15% tax rate company. 115 BAC. This is for individual HUF, the alternative tax regime. Okay, new tax regime. 115 BAD. This is for cooperative society. Cooperative society 22%. Okay, so these are the 4 new sections that you are supposed to learn in alternative tax regime of the India. This is the tax bracket that you are expected to know. Up to 2.5 lakh nil, 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh 5%, 5 lakh to 7.5 lakh 10%, 7.5 lakh to 10 lakh 15%, 10 lakh to 12.5 lakh 20%, 12.5 lakh to 15 lakh 25%, and above 15 lakh 30%. Okay, so this is the new tax slab, alternative, I should not say new, it is an alternative tax regime for individual and HUF without certain deduction and exemption. So how do you remember? Here you have to start with a 2.5 lakh and you have to keep adding 2.5 lakh here till the time you reach 15 lakh. Please understand, 2.5 lakh, 2.5 lakh, you have to keep adding 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh, 5 lakh to 7.5 lakh, 7.5 lakh to 10 lakh, 10 lakh to 12.5 lakh, 12.5 lakh to 15 lakh, and above 15 lakh. So once this side is fixed, here you have to start from 0 and keep adding 5%. 0, then 5, then add 5, then it is 10, add 5, it becomes 15, add 5, it becomes 20, add 5 becomes 25, and add 5 becomes 30, and after 15 lakh, it becomes constant 30. Can you please remember this particular alternative tax slab for individual HUF? There will be some question on tax planning. Will you please remember this? Alternative tax regime rate. This is also subject to certain conditions and all that we will discuss in section, but at least try to remember tax rates. Yeah. Okay. Let's try to understand the normal tax rates. Let's start from the basic. We can invest time. I know that you are finalist, and in final you have to talk directly at advanced level. But let's create from, let's create the basis. Let's not skip the basics and, directly jump to the advanced concept. I don't want you to be confused when I start the advanced concept of the, final syllabus. So let's try to understand and compute. Please take your calculator and try to give me answer very quickly. Basic slab rate for individual. This is normal tax rates. This is ordinary tax rate. It was there in India for many years and it is there. No changes in current finance act. So same rate up to 2.5 lakh nil, 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%, and about 10 lakh 30%. So there is an assessee called Namita, legal status individual, residential status OR. The income is 40 lakh. Will you please compute tax for me? Will you please compute tax very quickly? On 40 lakh, will you please compute tax? Final tax amount. Including cess. I'm expecting answer from all of you. I got many answer, please. Okay, how do we compute? Sir, up to 2.5 lakh nil, up to 2.5 lakh, there is no tax. 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh, the gap is of 2.5 lakh multiplied by 5%. So that becomes 12,500. And it will always be 12,500 in case of ordinary assessee. Only in case of resident senior citizen and resident super senior citizen, this will change. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, there is a typing error here. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, on this next 5 lakh rupees, the tax rate is 20%. So 5 lakh into 20%, it is going to be 1 lakh. It is going to stay 1 lakh only. So up to 10 lakh, my tax liability is 1 lakh 12,500. Always remember, up to 10 lakh, my tax amount is 1 lakh 12,500. And when I say you have to compute tax on 30, you have to compute tax on 40 lakh. This is again wrong. This is again wrong, or what you can say 10 lakh to 40 lakh. This is 10 lakh to 40 lakh. That means on 30 lakh rupees, they are asking to compute you 30%. So 30 lakh into 30% is equal to 9 lakh. So total income tax alone is 1 lakh 12,500. But as always, we have to add 4% health and education cess. So it is going to become 10 lakh 53,000. Many of you have given me a right answer. Some of you have not added health and education cess. Never forget to add health and education cess toward the end. And if this number is not in a multiple of 10 rupees, you have to make sure that this number should be in a multiple of 10 rupees. Yeah. Next, highest slab for individual who is a resident in India and is a senior citizen. Now, in your syllabus is focused more on non-resident in international taxation. So if in exam they give, there is a non-resident 62-year-old, please make sure you don't take this particular slab. This slab is applicable, higher slab is applicable only for domestic resident or domestic Buddhas or resident Buddha people. Okay, resident senior citizen, not for the foreigners. Yeah. So this is for 60-year plus assessee. Yeah, sir. So up to 3 lakh, 3 lakh to 5 lakh 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%, about 10 lakh 30%. So we have taken one example of a grandmother, 75-year-old, a legal status is individual, residential status is OA, and her total income is exactly 50 lakh, not more than 50 lakh, exactly 50 lakh. So there won't be any surcharge. You have to compute only income tax plus cess. Please tell me the number very quickly. Please don't put in personal chat, put in public chat. Other students should also come to know. Okay, I got few answer. Few right, few wrong. Okay, up to 3 lakh nil. Please remember, he is a resident. She is a resident senior citizen. Up to 3 lakh nil. So 3 lakh to 5 lakh 5%. So gap is only 2 lakh rupees. So 2 lakh rupees into 5%, that amount comes to 10,000 rupees. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, that amount is 20%, that amount comes to 1 lakh. This is standard. And now 40 lakh multiplied by 30%. 40 lakh multiplied by 30% is equal to 12 lakh. So total income tax is equal to 13 lakh 10,000. And health and education says we have to add 4%. So that amount comes to, tax liability comes to 13,62,400. Majority of you have given me the right answer. Some of you are still making mistake. Don't make mistake. One more example, few more examples. We are going to take a lot of examples. Don't worry. You have to become, expert in computation of tax. Highest exemption limit. Highest exemption limit is given for individual who is a resident in India and is a super senior citizen, meaning thereby he is 80-year plus, okay, and still making his own income. We are so proud of this kind of senior citizens who are not dependent on government. They are not dependent on their children. They are self-dependent, and because they are self-dependent, they are earning their own income even after 80 years of age. We feel proud about it, and out of that proud, we are saying your income up to 5 lakh is fully exempt, no tax up to 5 lakh. From 5 lakh onwards, there is no discrimination whether you are a senior citizen, normal citizen, or super senior citizen. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, it is 20%. 10 lakh above, it is 30%. So 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20, about 10 lakh 30. Now one more example. There is a assessee grandfather, okay, 82-year-old individual. Case 1, ordinary resident. Case 2, non-resident. Please compute the income for case 1. Please compute a tax for case 1 when income is 39,20,000. For case 1, please compute. Very quickly. Up to 5 lakh nil. Please remember that. Okay, those who are done with case 1, please compute for case 2, non-resident. Case 2. Shameless. This is only for resident, no. For non-resident, this is not applicable. Higher slab is not applicable. For non-resident, basic slab is applicable. Basic slab. Okay. Look at this case 1. When the assessee is the ordinary resident, when he is the ordinary resident, he will get the benefit of higher slab. So up to 5 lakh rupees nil, 5 lakh to 10 lakh at the rate of 20%, that amount comes to 1 lakh. 10 lakh to 39 lakh 20,000 rupees. So that gap amount 29 lakh 20,000 rupees into 30%, that comes to 8 lakh 76,000. Income tax is 9 lakh 76,000 plus 4% says the tax liability is 10 lakh 15,040. So your answer was right. Now case 2, when assessee is the non-resident, please remember, always remember, a non-resident assessee will not get higher and higher slab. A non-resident assessee will always get benefit of basic slab. Okay, only basic slab. Only basic slab means 2.5 lakh rupees slab. Okay, so up to 2.5 lakh nil, 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%, Above 10 lakh, it is 30%. So income tax becomes 9,88,500, and then 4% says, so total income tax becomes 10,28,040. I hope up to here, there should not be any doubt. If you are having any doubt or confusion, please ask immediately. Otherwise, I'll assume that you are okay with it. If you are having any doubt, please ask. You can unmute yourself and also talk. No doubt. Okay. Now let's try to remember surcharge. Thank you, Saili. Let's try to remember surcharge. Surcharge is also known as rich tax. Surcharge is also known as rich tax. Rich tax means only rich people pay this particular tax. I always say you should observe income tax data for this. So individual HUF, AOP, BOI, HUF is missing here. Individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP, small assesses, for them up to 50 lakh, there is no surcharge. 50 lakh to 1 crore, there is 10% surcharge. 1 crore to 2 crore, there is 15% surcharge. 2 crore to 5 crore, 25% surcharge, and above 5 crore, 37% surcharge. But please understand, this percentage are not on income, they are on income tax amount. So whatever income tax we have computed till now, we have to apply surcharge rate on income tax amount. Please understand, this is a tax on tax. It is not tax on income. This is charged for maintaining a progressive system of taxation. Income tax is a progressive system of taxation. Higher the income, higher the tax. This is the philosophy income tax carries. If your income goes up, proportionately your tax liability also should go up. This is what happens in India. Then one doubt may come in your mind. So why India is taking 37% surcharge or 27%, 25% surcharge, such a highest rate of surcharge, sir? Why is it that? If you wanted to understand that logic, then allow me to divert your discussion from theory to practical. If you go to one website called Income Tax India efiling.gov, Income Tax India efiling.gov, there you can observe certain data, and if you can understand that particular data, see, you will appreciate the fact why India is having such a higher rate of surcharge or such a higher rate of tax rates. Why do we charge higher rate of tax? So when you go on income tax portal, on your right hand side corner, you can see here, there is a statistics. There's something called statistics. Statistics means obviously how many returns are filed, how many people have filed their return. So I don't want to stretch the discussion. I can talk only on the statistics for hours and hours. But let me show you what happens. Okay. Directly, I'm jumping on filing count. In financial year 1920, 6 crore 77 lakh people have filed their income tax return. Please understand, filing income tax return is not equal to payment of tax. There are many assessors who are filing their loss return, that means negative return. There are many assessors who are filing their nil return, zero income return. There are many assessors who are filing non-taxable return. That means they are showing income, but they are not showing taxable income. So that also I will be showing you now. But out of 130 crore plus population, only 6.5 crore people approximately are filing their income tax return. They are not paying tax. In 2021, the count went up 7.5 crore people. I'm taking on higher side, it is 7.38, but you take on higher side. 7.5 crore people have filed their return, and 2021 has just begun. So only 81,000 people have filed return so far. They will be filing now, just the new financial year just begun. So the counting is going on. Now, please understand one thing. Here, we are having state-wise filing count also. If you want to check, no, now they have replaced, it is replaced with newer numbers, but the highest returns are filed from Maharashtra. Okay, you can be proud about it. When all the returns of this particular year will be filed, you can see the highest returns will be filed from the Maharashtra state. And when I say Maharashtra, it is not actually Maharashtra, it is major cities of Maharashtra: Mumbai, Pune, Nashik, Nagpur, major cities of Maharashtra. In that also, the Mumbai is the financial hub, financial capital of India. Obviously, the most returns are getting filed from Mumbai. Yeah, so we should be proud about that. That is one thing. Secondly, the another important thing here is that here you should understand what is something called as a range in income tax. Practically, there is something called range. In range one, right now they have replaced the last year data, or let me see if they can. They are still showing the last year statistics. I'm running out of time. Whenever logout happens, you please log in again. They're not giving me last year data. No, they have replaced it. But please understand, we will discuss this one more time in the filing of return chapter comes. But just wanted to tell you there are 6 range: range 1, range 2, range 3, range 4, range 5, range 6. Look at the bottom, a definition of ranges. Range 1 is up to 5 lakh. The maximum number of returns are getting filed in range 1. Okay, last year this data is deleted now. Last year 4 crore assessees out of 7.5 crore, 4 crore plus assessees have filed their return in range 1, meaning thereby they have filed a return but they did not pay the tax, because up to 5 lakh practically you don't pay tax, and even if you pay tax you pay a negligible amount of tax. So that is the range 1. Range 2 is 5 lakh to 10 lakh. Range 3 is 10 lakh to 20 lakh. Range 4 is 20 lakh to 50 lakh. Meaning thereby range 1, range 2, range 3, range 4, these 4 ranges does not pay surcharge. Surcharge is applicable from range 5 onwards, where the income will be more than 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 5 lakh to 1 crore, 50 lakh to 1 crore, sorry, 50 lakh to 1 crore, a surcharge rate will be 10%. Above 1 crore to 2 crore, surcharge rate will be 15%. 2 crore to 5 crore, latest amendment, the surcharge rate will be 25%, and above 5 crore, the surcharge rate will be very, very high, that is 37%. Please understand, very few assessees are paying a real amount of tax. Now, please, with this particular data, I could not show you the real data because they have updated the data and they are not updating the website. Whenever that happens, we will discuss that. But just tell me one thing. I hope you can appreciate this much. When we are having lower tax base, in India. So what do you mean by lower tax base? Very few assessees are paying tax. Lower tax base is equal to higher tax rate. Lower tax base is equal to higher tax rates. Lower tax rate. India में tax base ही कम है. Very few people are paying taxes, and therefore we are having higher tax rate. If in future, if you want to bring down tax rates low, if you want your tax rates to be low, if you want India to be a tax haven, India should have 5% tax rate, sir, 10% tax rate. If you want that day to come, we should increase the tax base. More and more people should come and pay tax happily. I believe everyone who is listening this particular lecture should become part of taxpayers community very soon. Right now, none of you might be, with exceptions, I'm saying none of you might be a part of taxpayer community. I'm a proud taxpayer. I feel proud when I talk about this, that I am no more taking benefit from government of India for free of cost. But you people and many people around you are taking a lot of benefit from government of India and government of state for free. But you are not paying for it. Somebody else is paying for it, and that particular base is very low, hardly 3% population of India. I'm saying hardly 3%. It will be around 2%, but I'm going on the optimistic side. Hardly 3% population of India is paying taxes, and therefore in India, in our country, the tax rates are very high. Imagine only 3% people are paying for whole population. How much burden this 3% people are sharing? So we have to increase this percentage. Year by year on year, the number of taxpayers should grow. And I believe after passing your exam, you should become a part of taxpayer community. And I wish and I bless all of you that one day you should be paying surcharge. A day should come in your life when you are paying surcharge. And when that day comes, please share a screenshot with me. Okay, a screenshot with me. So today I'm proudly paying surcharge. I'll be very happy for your success in at least taxation language. In taxation language, success means you should be paying surcharge year on year basis. Yeah, your income should be at least 50 lakh per annum. That day can come. It's not impossible. There are people who are earning this. You can become part of it. Let's go ahead. So this is the surcharge rate for individual. So what is the surcharge rate for firm, LLP and local authority? Up to 1 crore nil, above 1 crore 12%. Okay. For the company, this is very, very important. Again, we are going to discuss the company assessment, but please understand right now only. For the domestic company, the surcharge rate is high. Okay. And for foreign company, surcharge rate is low. Sir, why is it so? For foreign company, already we are charging 40% tax rate. For domestic company, we are having a lot of concessional tax rate like 25% or 30%. So for domestic company, tax rate, basic tax rate is low, therefore surcharge rate is high. Up to 1 crore, no surcharge. 1 crore to 10 crore, 7% surcharge. About 10 crore, 12% surcharge. When I talk about foreign company, up to 1 crore, no surcharge. 1 crore to 2 crore, 1 crore to 10 crore, only 2% surcharge. About 10 crore, only 5% surcharge. So surcharge rates are low for foreign company because basic tax rate is high for the foreign company. You already know what is the health and education cess rate in India. This particular cess is computed on income tax, including surcharge. So first you have to compute income tax, then you have to compute surcharge, and finally, whatever the amount comes on that, you have to compute education cess. Education cess is usually a last step. Okay, there are certain exceptions, but 99% education cess is the last step that you have to add by default 4%. So what is the purpose of collecting education cess, health and education cess? Right now, you can see we are fighting for oxygens, we are fighting for oxygen beds, we are fighting for healthcare infrastructure in India. So government of India will try to develop healthcare infrastructure in India by charging this additional cess. Not only healthcare need to be developed, even education sector has to be developed, has to be transformed in India. Therefore, they are charging 4% extra dedicatedly for the development of healthcare and education sector. That's a purpose. Please compute tax for a partnership firm or LLP. P. N. Raj and Associate is my LLP. Okay. So P. N. Raj and Associate LLP is a firm or LLP. For us, in income tax firm and LLP is treated same. It is a resident in India and it is having total income 30 crore. You can give me tax in crores only, no problem. Please compute tax for this particular LLP. Here you have to compute tax, you have to compute surcharge, you have to compute education cess. For firm and LLP, the surcharge rate is 12% after 1 crore. Please compute tax, please. Nobody? You can give me the data in crore only. No need to give me data in rupees. It can be in crore. Hey, please give me answer, please. Okay, I got on personal. See, 30 crore multiplied by 30%. Flat rate, 30 crore multiplied by 30% is equal to 9 crore rupees. And because my income is more than 1 crore, total income is more than 1 crore, a surcharge rate which is applicable will be 12% of income tax. So 12% of 9 crore, 12% of 9 crore is equal to 1 crore 08, like 1 crore 8 lakh. Okay. And the total is 10 crore 8 lakh. On that, I have to compute 4% cess, and therefore total tax amount for the partnership firm or LLP will be 10 crore 48 lakh 32,000. This is how we compute for the partnership firm. Okay. Now I have less than 1 minute. Instead of starting for the company, let us log out and please re-log in immediately.